Hey, hey! Welcome to tonight's team call. I am so excited to be here with all of you. Sunday night, 5 p.m. It is the beginning of September 9th. And there's a lot of great things in store. And I also see some new faces. So if this is your first team call, will you type in the chat box? Let us know where you are, everyone who is on the call. Because tonight we're really going to be kind of diving into our story and just taking a few minutes to each share like 3 to 5 minutes of our story so we can get to know each other, and then we can also use each other's stories on our social media and sharing with other people. So maybe we feel like we know each other's stories, but maybe there's something that you actually don't know about someone that you've never heard before. So we kind of got this idea from another coach in the network, and we loved it. So we thought, why not? There's also so many things that have been announced. I kind of just wanted to take some time to talk about what's coming up and the things that are happening. Okay. So I'm going to share. And for those of you who don't know me, my name's Emma Chesmore. I am the founder of the Dreamer Society, and I'm happy that you're here with us tonight. Priscilla, it's your first call. Sherry's first time from Marysville. Gabby's first. Haha. That's so awesome. And Sarah's first. Wow, so many firsts. That is so cool. 3 people. Awesome. Okay, well, I hope you just know that these happen every Sunday night, and it's really just a time where we get on, we share, we talk about what we're learning, and we really just work together and hang out. And so if you have any questions as well, please use the chat box. Don't hesitate to ask anything in there. So I'm going to share, and it'll pop up on your screen. Okay. Can you guys see this? Team call Sunday. Okay. So tonight I just kind of wanted to do an overview so you guys kind of know what we're going to be talking about and kind of how the call is going to go. So first we're going to start off with some recognition. We're going to also be talking about Super Saturday and what that is, because there is one coming up next month. Some announcements from the things that are happening on our team and also within the whole Beachbody community, and things that are changing and evolving. And then also sharing our story. And then after that, if we have some time, some chit chat, I actually have something that I wanted to share that kind of goes along with our post. So I listened to a call the other day, and she said 5 things that her posts reflect. And I thought that it was really good to answer the questions to be able to use with your posts, kind of help you. Since there's new coaches on the team or on this call, it might be helpful, especially if you're, starting to get more comfortable with posting and kind of navigating with what to post and such. And again, if you have any questions, just ask. So recognition, I wanted to post and shout out the leaders of this month. So the leadership ladder is something that Beachbody does, and it is based on your hard work and your team's hard work. And so there's a whole FAQ that explains what everything is and what everything is. But Brittany is our organization leader. Our team leaders are myself, April Jacobs, and Monique Smith. And the team builders this last month is Gabby, Jessica, Lacey, Shelby, Courtney, and Melissa. And then the business starters, which is amazing, all of you, and everyone that helped 3 or more people. That is a Success Club 5+ recap board. So amazing. That's so many people that we helped last month. And I already know we've already helped so many people in the very beginning of September, which is amazing. Working together and doing this together is so fun. Some more recognition. The top coaches of this last week are Brittany, Gabby, Madison, Shelby, and Courtney. Woo woo. So proud of you ladies. You guys all work so hard every single week, and I just love watching your guys' social medias. Recognition as well for our newest Emeralds and those who have gained access now to our Level Up group. Shelby Riker and Chelsea Delgado, congrats to you ladies. So amazing for unlocking your business and really taking it to the next step. And I'm just so proud of you, watching you guys evolve and grow and help so many women. Okay, so let's get into Super Saturday. So what is Super Saturday? Super Saturday is put on by local coaches in that town. So this isn't something that corporate puts on. It is specifically run by the market council of that specific group. I was on the Seattle Market Council for 3 years, and I was someone who was running and leading these events, and they are so fun. It's so cool to go and meet new people that you don't get to hang out with all the time, and you also get to meet that are in your areas. Maybe they're not on your same team, but we're all a part of a team with Team Beachbody. And so this is a quarterly event that happens every 3 months. And normally there's a Facebook group or a Facebook event that your local town makes. So you can either start on Facebook by searching, Seattle Super Saturday or Portland Super Saturday or Miami Super Saturday, and an event usually will pop up. Or there is a way on here to find it. And so, and I can help you guys see that. Oh my gosh, all this stuff, I did not mean to have this. This totally went in the wrong spot. It totally goes down in another one. Whoops. It's fine. Okay, so the next one is October 20th. I know the date, so that's okay, even though it's hidden. I actually am going to the Portland Super Saturday on the 21st. It's a Sunday, and it's at the zoo. So I'm actually going to be going with Andrew and the kids. We were just talking about this the other day. So when I'm at Super Saturday, he's going to take the kids to the zoo, which kind of works out. So they don't usually have childcare, but I always find childcare for these events. It's every 3 months. I can find someone every 3 months to watch my kids. Like it's just a non-negotiable to me. And honestly, when I first signed up, I didn't go to the first one that was like right after I signed up, but I went to the following one in January, and that completely changed the game for me. And I actually became Diamond in February, the following month after, because I heard a mom speak. She had her baby on her hip. Her husband was in the military, and I was like, man, if this mom can do it, I can do it. There's no difference besides time. And so it really lit a fire into me. So go, you meet awesome people. It is so fun. And I just wanted to say, I just gave you guys all of the 2018 dates. So there's really no excuses for not being there, unless, of course, you're on vacation or, already have things planned. So January 5th, April 13th, the 20th of July, and October 26th. And you can find all of this information as well on the FAQ 9792. And on that FAQ, there is a link that you can press, and it'll direct you to another page where you can search your specific town to see who's running the events. And it'll tell you the location, the numbers, the email of the person who's running it. Because you can actually run your own. So if you don't have one in your location and you have a lot of people, or you know that there's a Beachbody community, start running one. If you have like a free gym that you know of, or a community center, or you have a big enough like yard or house, why not? So, and if you want to talk more about that and you do want to do that, just talk to me and I'd be happy to help you kind of figure out how to set it up, because they send you all the videos and stuff. Another announcement is, I don't know, hopefully you've heard and you know about this, the Pumpkin Spice Shakeology. So it is available for the US September 17th and Canada October 11th. I just wanted to note that I would recommend making a form on Google Docs so that you can send it to the people, or if you do mass email to all of your customers and clients about this, so that they can fill out the form and you can send them the link immediately when it comes out, because I feel like it's going to sell out pretty quickly. It is $74.95 and they get 14 packets. And to be honest, I really only use like 3/4 of a packet, even when I get it, just because I feel like the packets can kind of have a little bit more than a scoop. That's just my personal preference. So sometimes I feel like I can actually get more out of a packet anyway. So there's ways to kind of get more out of it if you're like, oh, it's only 14 days, but I think you can kind of play around with it. So start talking about it now as well. Like start talking about it in your Instagram stories and stuff, especially if you love pumpkin spice, and you know that people love pumpkin spice. And again, the FAQ for that is 1031. And I'm gonna, I think I have my thing open. So I just, for those of you that are new, this is what I'm talking about by the FAQ. So if I go into my Coach Online office, which I think should pop up. So if you go over here to support, right here, and you go to FAQ, this pops up. So basically, if, you know, take what I don't even know where it went, right here. So, you know, FAQ 1031, if you literally do FAQ 1031, it'll pop up right here. Oh, nope, just kidding. You just put in the number right here. So then it'll pop up, and then you can read more about it and everything right there. So the FAQ is a great resource. You don't even have to have the FAQ number. You can just type in any question, any word, and anything that has that word in it, it'll pop up. So it's great to have those resources as well. Some other announcements that I wanted to talk about, and I'm actually going to be pulling up the FAQ for this really quickly. Or it's actually not even in an FAQ. It's in your coach office in the breaking news. So on our coach office, there is breaking news where corporate and the people that are helping us with our business as well tell us what's going on. So for those of you who don't know, Beachbody started out as a what's it called on TV? The infomercials. Thank you. That's what it is. Okay. So it started out as the infomercials, and actually, its first sale was Great Abs Guaranteed through a TV commercial in 1999. And that was really just to help people, you know, live a healthy and fulfilling life. And so then in 2007, we added the network marketing part, which is the Team Beachbody, which is us. And since then, they've really been helping us and wanting to help create a sustainable business. So what they're doing is they are discontinuing Beachbody.com, which is essentially something that people could opt in and out of having a coach for. Now everyone is going to be redirected to Team Beachbody, even the super trainers. So like, you know, when the super trainers talk about their programs and where to go, it's going to be redirected to Team Beachbody. So any unassigned customer will be assigned a coach through the lead program. So essentially we could be getting a lot more leads this way because everyone has to have a Team Beachbody coach. And with the leads, just know you need to be Emerald and qualifying for Success Club every single month, which is helping 3 people a month. So if you are, you know, obviously working your business, your goal is to be helping people. So really, this is happening late spring of next year. The exact time hasn't really been determined yet, and when I know more about that, I will let everyone know. But you know, really, they've just been. They say, we believe this that this brand alignment is the right thing to do for the network to help us grow and be more competitive versus other network marketing opportunities. The future is very bright for us. In addition to our unmatched catalog of fitness and nutrition programs and our powerful lineup of super trainers, we have an unbelievable pipeline of new programs and nutritional products in development. Plus, we have significant plans to continue Team Beachbody's international expansion. We are also excited about this next phase of our Team Beachbody growth and excited about dedicating attention to supporting our coach opportunity and focusing our efforts on this one-of-a-kind business model that you have brought to life. So truly, they are really helping us, and they're always listening to us. And I know that this has been probably discussed. They have a coach advisory board, so they really do listen to us, which is so awesome. And then also the 6 new workouts. So if you are a BOD member or you have a HD monthly subscription of Shakeology or Performance Line, you get access to the 6 new workouts on October 8th. So if that is current. Now you have the option of getting that by purchasing something on HD, and you will get access to that by November 30th. Otherwise, you have to wait until the new year. So that's just something that they're adding to the library, which is really cool. Some more workouts from Autumn, and I'm excited to try them out. Okay. Now let's get into some announcements for our team. So our Fit for Fall September boot camp, this graphic Gabby made, shout out to her. The leaders are myself, Courtney, Gabby, and Ashley. And you can begin to add your girls on September 10th, which is tomorrow. And then prep week begins on September 17th, which is the following Monday. And that's when our posts are going to start to go, and we're going to start to go live and be a lot more active in that group. So I'm super excited for that. Continue to add people. The fact that you get access to Beachbody on demand right away, I truly add and I'm helping people up until the date, because then they're just waiting for their Shakeology. I firmly believe that Beachbody really tries to ship out those Shakeology orders immediately, especially if it's a first-time customer. I find that you get your order a lot quicker. So I really encourage and tell people to get started up until then. Okay, and then a few more things I just wanted to let you guys know, until, just so you guys can have it on the calendar, is September 24th and October 8th are the next clean weeks, and the next sneak peeks are September 17th and October 1st. The next new coach call is September 29th, and the next new coach academy starts October 1st. Okay, so I'm gonna just stop I don't want this shared anymore. So I'm gonna stop this, and then I wanted to just share stories a little bit. So 3 to 5 minutes. I'll start so you guys can kind of get an idea. And we're gonna go. I want us to all try and get through, so I want to stay on the 3 to 5 minute mark. So I'll set my timer. And if for some reason you're like, I don't really know my story, just share what brought you to Beachbody, or how you started with working out, or if you've always kind of been active, just kind of start there and just lead from there. So I'll start. Let me just take a sip of my Energize really quick. It's like I need some. Okay. So my name is Emma Chesmore, and I am 27, and I grew up in Bellevue, Washington, my whole life, and I have been involved with health and fitness and working out with Beachbody for 5.5 years. So I started when my son was 8 months postpartum. I was going to school and just really feeling gross about myself. I just didn't want to look in the mirror. My mind wasn't right. I just didn't feel right. And so I saw my friend posting about her challenge group, and I was like, okay, I don't have any other time to go to the gym. I'll just give this a try. And so I didn't get started with Shakeology. I was super skeptical, but I got started with Brazil Butt Lift, and I cleaned up my diet. I cut out dairy, I cut out gluten, just because I felt like it was making my body bloat more, and just started cooking for myself. I was a chronic go out eater, and I still like to go out and eat, so it's still hard for me because I love people cooking me food and serving me. I love to cook as well, but I do enjoy finding good restaurants. I feel like in Seattle and in Bellevue, we're really blessed to have amazing restaurants, and so it's hard to not eat good food. So I really stopped doing that and tried to stop doing that. I kind of gave myself a limit. I think it was once every 2 weeks, because I was like, I can't just not, or I'm gonna go crazy. And so I just started making it a habit, and I just started doing little things every single day. And in the challenge group, I think I was the only one posting at the time because it wasn't very active, but I was like, oh my gosh, I have another sense of community. Okay, I wasn't the only one. There was maybe 2 or 3 of us, but it was cool because we've all stayed friends and we've stayed close. And that just goes to show how, I guess, much smaller the groups were back then, but I needed that community. So I think the community is what really brought me in. And then after those 60 days of Brazil Butt Lift, I saw ab definition, and I saw things that I never would have imagined. And so I decided to give Shakeology a try. I was like, okay, I've heard a lot of great things about it, but there's that 30-day money back guarantee, so I'll probably just end up returning it. I didn't end up returning it. I fell in love. Greenberry is my jam. And I got started with the T25 bundle pack. So there wasn't Beachbody on demand then. I had to purchase every single program up until they came out with Beachbody on demand. And I've done it ever since. I've loved it. I've made amazing friends through the community. I've gone through a lot in my personal life. I went through a divorce. I've been through a pregnancy. I've been through life changes. I graduated college. I've done a lot of things throughout this time, but I feel like I've learned so much, and I've gotten my master's in Beachbody, where I maybe thought my life was going to go in a different direction. And I was a nanny at the time, and now I'm able to stay at home with my kids. And I don't know, this has brought like so many things into my life that I never imagined were going to come into my life, and blessings I never thought. And I feel like our stories are so, it can like evolve, but and I could probably, 5 minutes is kind of hard, I feel like, to share your story, but just kind of where you, I guess that's where I came from with Beachbody and where I started, and where I am now is here with you all. We're running groups together, and this team has really evolved, and this community, and I'm just so grateful to be a part of it. So, okay, I'm going to call on someone, and oh, yeah. What?
I have to go to Rosh Hashanah soon. Can I
go?
Yeah,
you can go next. Yeah, I'll pick Danielle.
I'm sorry, I have to leave soon, and I know, and I want to be on it, because you're amazing. But yeah, I started over 3 years ago now, which is kind of crazy. In college, I was given the insanity discs by my friend's boyfriend at the time, and I had gained like 45 pounds, and I didn't know what to do. And I did those, and I was doing them alone, and I decided that I'd stop seeing Emma's posts on Facebook because we didn't have Instagram back then. And she kept talking about the groups, and I was like and then by that time I was in my student teaching. This was still like 3 years ago, and I was really sick physically and mentally in a lot of different ways, and I just decided to jump in, and I finished Insanity all 2 months. And then what was the program that came out after that? I think it was Hammer and Chisel. I think. Yeah, and it was on the discs, and I've just done one program after another continually for the last 3 years, and been able to keep off 45 pounds, and that's my story. And yeah.
It's amazing. Yeah, I know. These last 3 years and you moved, and you get up really early because you're a teacher.
Yeah, I went from in my student teaching to teaching. I got my master's in teaching, breakups, moving, really, really good days, really, really bad days. And I just don't think, I love where I am in my life in every single way, despite all the shit, but I don't think that I would be here in this space if it wasn't for you and this company and these programs. Just blanket statement overall. And I feel like a lot of people probably feel that same way.
Yeah, that's powerful. Yeah, I totally feel that way. Okay, you choose someone.
Shelby.
Hello. There might be a delay because my internet, we're outside too. So I don't know where my story starts. If you guys have seen like my live video or anything, I talked about like eating disorders that I've been through. So I've lost a lot of weight before and ended up gaining it all back. Sorry, my computer's doing something. And then, so even when I was at my smallest, I still thought I was fat. I've been like 40 pounds smaller, and I still had that mentality. So this time around, I really wanted to do it the right way. I wanted to learn to love my body now. And with Emma and the Self-Love Club, not only have I learned so much self-love, and started losing weight and just looking and feeling better, I just have a way more optimistic outlook on life in general. Like, you would think, I try to explain to people, I'm like, it's not just about health and fitness. I'm like, it's like my life, my mentality, everything has changed with Beachbody, with Emma, the Self-Love Club. So it's really just been really good. And with my kids, Benson, like, I was just worried because I had ruined his taste buds. He like will voluntarily eat vegetables now because I'd been working on that. So that is like such a big thing for me. And I don't know if you guys watch my Instagram stories, but he works out with me sometimes. You know, he gets on my back when I'm doing a plank. It's not easy, but it's just been such an awesome change for my family. And I get so much positive comments, like messages, texts. Like I get them daily, and it's just so awesome. And I finally have came to the point where I don't care what people think. Obviously, I went live and just told people, hey, this has been going on, and it had such an effect on people. I mean, I had so many messages. People were crying, and I'm like, I'm sorry, but I'm so glad we could relate. But basically, I think that was my story.
No, yeah, I love.
Like I said, there's not much.
No, I love when you texted me and you were like, I just got out of the shower and I just hit the live button, and I was like, oh my gosh, I love you for just making it happen. Okay, great. Thank you.
YOLO.
Okay.
Yes. All right, Sarah, I'm going to let you go ahead and go. Sarah is my coach, so I'm going to let her go.
I'll unmute you.
Okay, I think I got it.
Yeah, you did. Hello.
Hi, everyone. My name's Sarah. This is my first Zoom with you guys. I just started 21 Day Fix. I'm on my 6th day, so I'm just new. But I've been working out for a while. I was going to the gym, and I was lifting weights and doing that. But I'm on the road with my boyfriend. He's a traveling welder, so we travel all over the place, and going from gym to gym is kind of hard. And I decided I kind of wanted something that was at home, and I was seeing Shelby's stories on Instagram, and it really intrigued me, and I thought it was something that I'd really like. So I decided to go ahead and go for it. And now, actually, I work 10-hour days with him as his helper, so it's a lot easier for me to get a 30-minute workout in, and be able to do that at night and still be able to go home and cook supper and clean and be able to do all the things that I need to do at home without driving 30 minutes to get to a gym. So it's really nice. I love it, and I love the Self-Love Club, and it's just so amazing. Everyone's so welcoming and nice, and it's fun.
Oh, thank you so much for sharing. I know that this can be intimidating, and if you want to pass, you're more than welcome. But I appreciate you sharing, and I'm excited that you're here. And day 6, you'll have to keep us posted on how the 21 days goes, so that we can know. That's awesome. How are you feeling so far? Day 6.
I feel good. Sore.
Yeah, she does.
But
that.
I like the programs though. I like it.
Good. That's awesome. Awesome. Okay, you choose someone. Either Laura or Priscilla haven't gone.
Okay, Laura.
Hey.
Hey.
So I'm going to be perfectly honest. Today was hell for me. My kid's dad and his mom came over, and we literally got in a screaming match, and she was in my face and touching me, and I'm having a rough time. But if there's one thing I've learned by being a part of this community, it's that I'm better than all of that, and their negativity and the lies they're saying about me aren't true. And I'm learning to stay positive and fight through this and do what I need to do to protect my son. But my actual Beachbody story is when I was loading FedEx trailers, better than half the guys there, mind you. I got P90X, and I never actually completed it. I was in a car accident, which is why I no longer work there, but this was 10 years ago. I'm sure coaches existed back then, but I didn't, I wasn't active with one. Kind of fell off the wagon. Always wanted to jump back into P90X. And eventually I had started seeing Brittany Powers stuff, and I just thought she was really motivating, and I'm like, this is really cool. I think I want to join. I want to work from home. You know, I'm a single mom. I want to be able to earn money and be at home with my kid. And I mean, you're my upline. I'm sure you've kind of noticed I haven't, in the last, coming up on 3 years, haven't really done anything, but I'm not giving up. Like, you guys as a community have helped me change my mindset so much that I can't give up. I know the potential's there. I just need to keep going and just pushing through these difficult times, and I know I'll get there. And obviously I believe in the products, and I believe I can help people, and it's totally where my passion is. And I'm excited to help others.
Thank you so much for sharing, Laura. You're amazing, and I know your situation isn't easy, and I know, you know, we all have our own stuff we go through personally, and so thank you for being on and sharing, and we'll be thinking of you and sending you good vibes as you are working through the situations.
Thanks.
Yes, of course. Okay, Priscilla, do you want to go? I'll unmute you.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. My name's Priscilla Schrader. I currently live in Montana. I grew up in California, and then I lived in Hawaii for a couple years too. And then when I was in Hawaii, I think I was my fittest. And that was like, oh gosh, like 8 years ago now. And then I moved back to California, and I started working at Disneyland, and I was creating wigs there for the princesses and doing different things there. And then that's when I really started gaining weight because my schedule there was just hectic. And then my husband couldn't find a job, so again, continually gaining because we were stressed out about money. And then we finally moved up to Montana because he was able to get a job here. And then I had my son. And in between that, I had a miscarriage. So again, continued to gain weight because that was super stressful on me, and not having any family up here. It was just really hard on me and my body. And but then I ended up getting pregnant again, and then I had Kyle. And then I think at that point I was up like 60 pounds from my usual, and what is usual, I guess, because at that point I had just been up and down so long. And then about 2 years ago, I had joined Weight Watchers because my company paid for it, and I had lost 50 pounds last year. But I noticed that like I lost the weight, but I was still chubby and I wasn't toned, and I wasn't where I wanted to be still. And I went home back to California in March of this year, and my cousin Jacqueline is a coach, and she was like doing 80-day obsession, and I was like, girl, what are you doing? And she was telling me about it, and I was like, oh, I'll have to look into that when I get home. And then finally I came home and I was like, okay, tell me what you're doing, let's do this. And so she's like, well, you're not gonna be able to do 80-day right away, like you got to work into it. And I was like, go big or go home. She's like, don't do it, you're gonna die. So so then I did like 21-day fix, 21-day fix extreme, and then finally after 21-day fix extreme, she was like, okay, you're ready. And I'm on tomorrow I'll be on day 51, and I have lost so far like 12.5 inches, and even though like my weight isn't super down, like I'm so much happier with the way that my arms are looking, my legs are looking, like it's crazy. And I love the community. Like becoming a coach, I was like on the fence about it, but everyone kept reaching out to me at work and on Instagram, and people were just like, what are you doing now? So it's taken me a while to like post my story and my workouts. Yesterday I think was like the first time that I ever posted like my workout, and I think it's just from all of you guys sharing and being inspiring, and I was like, I can do this, like I can share my story. And so yeah, that's it.
Oh my gosh, I love that. Well, I'm proud of you for posting yesterday. I'm like gonna cry over here. That's amazing. I see all of you guys, and I love watching your guys' journey, and it's so cool now that you're a part of our team, and I'm glad your hesitation still moved you forward, and you're on your first call tonight, which is really awesome. Yay. Well, that was amazing. Thank you guys so much for sharing all of your stories. You all have such amazing, special stories. Wait, Gabby, have you gone? Oh my God. Okay, wait. I was sitting here like, no, you go. No, go. It was like me with the goals the other day. You go.
Oh no, you unmuted me, so you're making me go. Oh, okay. I feel like you guys know my story. You're like, we don't need to hear from her anymore. No, I'm just kidding. Okay.
You can say the same thing about me. Go for it.
Okay, so I'm like, no, I'm chilling over here, guys. Like, I'm good. Drinking my pumpkin spice latte. I'm totally fine. Okay, so now I'm put on the spot. I don't know where to start. Just kidding. Okay, so I started almost a year ago, literally a year ago. Well, not literally, October, I don't remember what date exactly, but will be my 1 year anniversary with coaching Emma starting Beachbody. I was, like I said, I had miscarriage, and it was just, my weight was fluctuating, and I just felt, I was always the type that, like, I would go to the gym, but I would go on the treadmill and I would be there for an hour and I just wouldn't see results. And I thought I was eating healthy. I thought I was, being fit, but nothing was working. And I was just getting into this like spiral of, I just got married and now I can eat what I want and stuff like that. And so I actually, it was a year ago where I started to really October 19th, when I started to be really, really uncomfortable in my own skin. Like, I would get ready and just cry in the mirror and take all my makeup off. And I would throw my clothes everywhere because I just didn't feel comfortable in going out. And I was getting to that point where I wasn't going out because I was embarrassed of how I felt and how I looked. And so it wasn't until October when it really hit rock bottom, when we were getting ready to go for a pumpkin patch. And I'm a basic girl, you guys know that. So I love pumpkin patch pictures, and it's my favorite thing to do because when we found out that we were pregnant, our announcement was going to be at the pumpkin patch, and I had miscarried at 11 weeks. And so I had that picture ready to go to post, and it was him with a pumpkin and me with a pumpkin and a little baby pumpkin. And so for me, the pumpkin patch means a lot to me. And so all I wanted to do was just to go take a picture with my husband because we were just married, or it was our first year married. And I was no, we canceled it. And then I was like, I don't feel comfortable. No, we'll go next weekend. Next weekend came and I was getting ready and I still said no. And my husband was like, you're crazy. You're beautiful. What's the problem? Let's just go. And I was like, no, you don't understand. I don't feel comfortable. And so then we canceled, and then we went to one finally. And I just put on clothes or whatever. And we went with his family, and his sister took a picture of us, and I hated it. I was like, do not post this. I never want to see it. I just felt so, I looked unhappy. It wasn't even about my body. It wasn't even about, I think I look fat. It was the fact that I literally looked so unhappy and miserable and depressed. And so I think it was after that I reached out to Emma, and I think I was on the floor crying my eyes out, and I was like, okay, girl, I'm ready. Let's do this. And basically there was no hesitation. She was like, I think you should sign up as a coach for the discount. And I was like, okay, let me talk to my husband, because I really didn't have the money to do that. And because I was working at a daycare, I'm getting paid $9 an hour, working crazy hours. And so I asked him, and I literally said, I was like, I'm not going to be a coach. I promise you, I'm just doing this for the discount. I want nothing to do with coaching. And he was like, okay. So I signed up with a challenge pack, signed up as a coach, and I remember texting Emma, and I was like, oh my God, I haven't even got my challenge pack yet, and I feel like my life has changed. And it was so crazy, the feeling that came over me. And I literally, from that point on, decided to change my life. And I started with the 21-day fix, and then did 21-day fix extreme, and I kind of dabbled in between both of them. And then 80-day obsession came out. And literally, when I tell you guys that 80-day obsession changed my life, it changed my overall mindset and everything about the way that you should live a healthy, sustainable lifestyle. It's a very hard program, but it made me really just look at how I should be living my health and fitness, like mentally and physically. And so it was actually January. I don't know who I think Emma said this. She was like, if you want your business to thrive, you do 80-day obsession from start to finish, and you take on your business in January. And that's exactly what I did. So in January, I told my husband, I was like, I'm going to do this coaching thing. I'm going to be like full-time coach, commit to coaching. And I did 80-day obsession, and that's when I started to really just start my business. And yeah, it was all because Emma would not give up on me for 4 years, and she kept writing in my DMs, bothering me. I'm just kidding.
Sliding in the DMs. We actually had, I screenshotted her the other day. It was our 4-year friendversary on Facebook. I was like, oh, hey, look at us. I told my mom too. I was like, oh my gosh, it's me and Gabby's 4-year. Only took her 4 years to like join me, and now we work together. It's so fun.
I know, it's so crazy.
Thank you for sharing. I love your story, and I can't believe your 1 year's coming up. You're amazing. So, and she also, I know she didn't mention this, but she was also, and I think another reason why she was a little bit hesitant to coach is because she was involved in another network marketing company that really isn't the best kind. It is being sued for things right now. So, just hearing her story and knowing that she trusts this and stuff, I feel just makes it a lot more credible as well, because she's kind of seen both sides of different things. So it's been cool to learn. Okay, and then so this is just, like, we can, spend the next 10, 15 minutes just chatting about anything. If anyone has specific questions, you guys can either unmute or type in the chat box. But I wanted to share this with you guys from a call that I listened to in one of my mastermind groups that I'm a part of. And it's another coach in the network. And she was Diamond last year. And she really was like, she moved to go live with her girlfriend. And so she was like, I need to really go like all in because she was working a crazy corporate job. And she was like, if this is what it feels like to make it, I don't want to make it. Like, she was like so miserable. And she was like, you know what? Like, I can do this. I can make this full time. Like, why not me? So she really realized that she wanted to switch her kind of social media around, and this is what she bases, like, these are the questions she asks herself as she's writing out posts to reflect what she wants to get across. So there's 5 questions. The first one is, where was I before coaching, and what has it changed, like, in her life? Number 2, why am I coaching? Number 3, how do I help others? Number 4, where am I going with coaching? And number 5, who is your team? So if you're ever kind of like, I don't know what to post or I don't know what to talk about, come back to these questions, and then that will kind of help spark some ideas, like, where are you going with this? So she says, your post should reflect this, and she goes, it shouldn't necessarily be that I want to be her, but I want to be on that path with her. And I really liked how she said that, because we're here to, encourage people to come along with us on this ride and on this business and this journey and this opportunity. And she says, number 5 can be hard, because it's like, if you don't have a team, like, how do you talk about that? How do you get that point across when you don't maybe feel like you have a team to talk about? And she says, talk about what you value with your team. So what do you value with that? Like, the culture. So I love having my best friends as my business partners. I love learning from them and growing with them. And, so what type of culture and community do you want to create and voice that with when you're talking about your team? Also, sharing success stories, no matter, with it, if it's your first coach or a client or whatever, sharing that. And then she also talks about, what she wants to create as a leader. So hardworking people, entrepreneurs, the sacrifices that you do have to make in order to be a business owner. I will say my dad has been his own business owner for 25 years, and they're going out of town for 2 weeks. And, he's been working all weekend, because that's just what you do as a business owner. When you have projects to get done, or you have things to do, and you have things that are happening in your life, you just kind of have to make sacrifices. And she says your doors need to reopen every single day. Like, people aren't always going to watch your Instagram stories every day. I would love if people watch my Instagram stories every day, but I can't like expect that. So by reopening your doors every day and sharing what you're doing, don't think that it's being annoying. Know that other eyes and different eyes are watching you. And I think the repetitiveness also helps us, right? Like, if I think all of us sharing our story, we just had all mentioned, I saw her doing this for, this amount of time. It wasn't just that you saw your coach post about it once and, you did it. It took you a while, right, to see that consistency. So remember that. And just like your story, remember your story, especially when it comes to people getting started with you. Remember the time it took you to be ready for yourself. And when they say no, it's not that they don't want to, they're just not ready right now. And it's just going to take them the time for them to be ready. So I hope that was helpful. I don't know if that was, but I thought it was helpful to me, and I liked those 5 questions to kind of help you guys know as well, how, because people always ask, like, well, how do you post, or like, what do you post about? And so I think having those questions, because I can't tell you what to post, but I think having those questions that help you kind of navigate what is your coaching journey and things like that. Does anyone else have anything they want to talk about or share? Or
yeah, another thing that we also had, Emma and I was on our Level Up group, is which I thought was kind of cool, because sometimes, you guys see me post 3 times a day, but I always try and make at least like one really, post that is going to attract people, right? And sometimes, I love answering those questions too, and I think they're very important and valuable for your business. But sometimes we read that if you go on Pinterest, right, and you find a quote that literally speaks to you, like that it just speaks to you, right? And think of like something that made, like, what attracted you to that quote, right? And it could be like a funny story, or it could be, like a deep moment, or like something that happened in your life or whatever, because your life moments, your life struggles, your life anything might attract one person that is going through those same struggles, or has like the same funny story that you have, okay? And that's how you'll get people to interact with you on your Instagram. And another thing is, try and always ask questions, okay? Always ask questions in your posts. So for me, I'm always like, I'll ask a question like, I don't know, like the other day, I literally said, happy Saturday, where are my sleigh babes at? Who finished your program? And I'll tag my girls in the post so they comment too. And then you're getting people to interact, okay? Or I posted the other day, like, who put up their fall decorations, okay? So interact with your girls. And also, you guys, you have to give back the love that you're expecting. So if you want that love, make sure that you're commenting and leaving comments on your followers page as well, or they won't return the favor. You have to do that interaction work, and that is part of your job as a Beachbody coach, to be taking at least 3 to 5 minutes, maybe in the morning, maybe at night, or maybe like, on a break. Like, I tell my husband all the time, I'm like, when he sees me like liking or commenting, he's like, what are you doing? You're not working. And I'm like, yes, I am. Like, I'm interacting with my followers. And he said to me today, he's like, oh, your followers don't care about you. Like, he's joking. And I was like, yes, they do. He's like, you don't know all of them. And I was like, yes, I do. I take the time to engage with my followers, all 2,237 of them, or 60, I don't know, whatever. But you guys, you have to return the favor if you want that too. I think it's really important. And I love that, because I watched the video today at the beach, Emma, that she also said, for your call to actions, and I was like, man, that's so smart. Like, she's like, stop posting long call to actions. I get bored. And I was like, you know what, girl, it's so true. So get to the point. Ask the questions that you want to ask. Like, do you love retreats? Do you love working with your best friends? Maybe ask a few questions and then be like, fill out my form, whatever. Those could be your simple call to actions, you guys. Like, don't make them lengthy. If you want to, you can, but space them out. Space them out, and use like a period, and then enter and then type and then whatever, because to cut it up, it's easier to read. But I love that she said that it's boring, and I was like, yeah, because no one has time to read.
Yeah. I know, it's true, to like kind of mix it up. Yeah. Yeah, and I just said in the chat box too, but make sure to comment back within the first hour if you can. So like post when you have time to be able to comment back, especially if it's an engaging post, which you want to have engaging posts. When you have the more comments, that's what makes it kind of pop up and create in the Instagram news feed or whatever, the Explore page. All right, well, if no one else has anything, I will let us go. I know it's Sunday night and fam time and stuff, so thanks so much for being on and sharing your story. I appreciated it, and I loved listening to each and every one of you. Makes my heart full. So I hope you guys have a great rest of your night. I'm going to stop the recording.